taking pieces from Inventor 2018 into VCarve to CNC route. So in this tutorial, we're going to take these end pieces and take them into VCarve so we can CNC route them out instead of having to go to the bandsaw, disc sander, spindle sander to make them. So to start off with, I'm just going to double click the part to open it up. And from there, over in the side here, I'm going to take the actual part, which scroll down a bit, and there it is there. I'm going to expand it and go to the sketch. And I'm going to click on the sketch, right mouse click, and I'm going to go export sketch as. So from there, I'm just going to go to my libraries, just going to find this document, school, sorry, you got to go through this, master documents, and I know I put this in Woodwork 9. There's a shelf, and in here now I'm going to save this DXF file. And this one's just going to be called end pieces, okay, or just call it shelf end pieces. Shelf end, and if I can spell pieces right, I before E, pieces. Okay, and the DXF option, this is important, so I'm going to go to options. I always set it to AutoCAD 2000, not the latest version. So AutoCAD 2000 always works for different programs, especially if they're a bit older. Click finish, and we click save. All right, so there's that piece there. Now I'm going to open up my VCarve, and it's already opened up and sitting here. And I'm going to go to create new file. And actually, I'm not even going to create new file. I'm going to go to file, and I'm going to go open. And from open, I'm going to work my way back to my documents. In my case, my school, my master school documents, my Woodwork 9. There's Woodwork 9, and then my shelf. And there's the shelf end pieces as a DXF file. And I'm going to click on open. So when it comes in, there's my actual file. Now there might be some extra pieces in here. So for some reason, it brought in these little things here. So how big do I need this? Well, over on the side now, I need to set up my paper. And I'm going to cut 2 of these out. So right now it's width of 5. So I'm going to 5. I need some extra space for the CNC router. So I'm going to make sure that it's 1 inch bigger. So we're going to go 6. And then height, I'm going to go with, instead of doubling it to 12, we're going to kind of use this area and make the pieces come out of here as well. So I'm going to make it maybe 10 for right now. How thick? My wood, I'll measure it with calipers, but we're basically going to be 3/4 of an inch. Machine bed, use offset, make sure this is turned off, whatever you do. And we're zeroed in the corner, and finally we click on OK. So now here's my file, or my part brought in. Now I'm going to move it a bit. So one is I'm going to get rid of all this other stuff. So probably shouldn't have come in, but it did. So I'm right mouse clicking. So if you right mouse click like this, it highlights whatever it touches. If you go this way, you'll see it highlights whatever the box is around. So if I actually go like this, if I do that, okay, oh, there we go. So we go like this, and finally I'll just go like that. And there's one more in the corner there. Done. No, that one doesn't want to go right there. It does not want to. Oops. There we go. Okay. So next, highlight this. And I'm just going to go to move over on the side here. And I'm going to move this one to the top. And I'm going to move it in a bit. Okay. And I'm going to leave it about 1/4 inch down. Now, how do I know that's a 1/4 inch? Well, here's what you do. You zoom in close, grab up top here, and you can grab the snaps. So that's now set to 10. Okay. And this is just kind of like, you can use these for actually distancing stuff off. So I'm going to go 1/4 inch from there. So 10 less 1/4 is 9.75. So as long as I'm below that line, I'm fine. And if I go from the side here, that's 0, and grab another one. So again, 0.25. And what the heck? We'll put another line over on the far side, and then we're going to work backwards from that. So that's 6, so I'm going to go 5.75. Right, so as long as I'm not touching those lines, the router bit will not go and hit my fence. Okay, so there's the first one put in, and I'm going to close this off. I'm going to highlight this now, highlight the whole thing, and from there I'm going to copy. Actually, I'm going to rotate. No, we'll copy it first. So I'm just going to go Control C and then Control V on my keyboard. Makes another copy. There it is. And I'm going to rotate it. And I'm going to rotate it. How much? 90 degrees, 180 degrees. Rotate it 180 and go apply. Close it off. And I'm going to go back to move. And I'm going to move this part back into here. And you can see now that I don't need as much material, right? So I can actually get this quite close, probably up to about there. And I definitely have enough space there. Click close. I'm going to go back in to my job dimensions and make that a 9-inch piece instead, right? And oops, you can see which way it went. We're going to hit OK. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move all this stuff. So I'll take all this and I'm going to move it down. We'll go move. and now it's basically in there, and you can tell that that's going to fit. So I'm going to stop here as part one. I'm going to close this off of the tutorial, and the second set is to actually set up the lines for cutting this out. So that completes part one of a tutorial on going from Inventor to VCarve and finally out to the CNC router.